I'm in my quarters maintaining my gear before we head out, and I'm contacting my mom.
As you try to contact your mother, you do get the, well, receptionist instead. It's like, hello, this is Aegis Corp. How may we help you today?
Hi, it's Aiden. I need to talk to my mom. Is she available?
Oh, one moment. I'll try to get a hold of her.
Tell her it's about that.
Understood. And a moment later, you are connected to your mother. Aiden, how are you doing, honey?
Alright, so can you tell me what's going on with father?
What do you mean?
Where is he?
He's up in his room.
That's not what Zane told me. Zane's on Absalom, by the way.
Oh, well, he is in his room.
Mom?
Yes.
What's going on with that?
Nothing's exactly wrong. He just got hurt while patrolling the territory.
What happened?
He was going over to the shared territory that he protects, and it seemed like a laser cannon hit him.
Is it some of the competition?
No, we are doing scouting right now, and it's a little worrying.
Did you send a team to investigate where the shot came from? What fired it?
Yes, we did send a security team there. It turns out that, well, a small insurgent force may have taken over the area.
And where did they get this tech? I doubt it was just lying around.
It's old Dragon War tech. I'm not sure if you know, I mean, you did go through your studies, but there was a war between the dragons and the original inhabitants of this planet. It's rather clear. Aiden, maybe we shouldn't be doing this over the phone.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I'm on my way to Fraxus soon. Sadly, I just came off a mission and my ship's damaged, so it's gonna take a bit longer than I'd like, but I'm on my way. You seem to be awfully dodgy, considering we're talking about some rebel scums that's, you know, hiding somewhere underground. Is there something you're not telling me?
It's because they are not just rebel scum. They are a much bigger force. Serazan's territory has almost been completely taken over by them in what seems like an instant. It seems like their entire territory is under some sort of spell.
Is that what was bothering you when we were at the beach?
Well, yes, there was rather a large spell detected, and your father went to investigate.
Okay, put everything on a file and leave it with your secretary. Once I'm on Fraxus, I'll get the data from her.
Okay, and see you and your brother soon.
Bye, Mom.
Goodbye. She just switched it off.
I'm gonna contact Murana.
Murana is immediately gonna pick up.
Hey,
So, what's
Murana,
up?
I need you to run me a quick background check. I want information on any mercenaries that are currently working on Fraxus, any that are well organized and well funded. Specifically, if there's some involvement from the Tenebrae Guard recently on Fraxus. I just want to make sure of something.
Easy enough. Did you want it now or
No,
delivered
it
later?
can wait. I've got a couple of days. Make sure you're thorough.
Understood. I'll get back to you soon.
Okay, bye.
And then she's gonna hang up.
And yeah, I'm gonna finish maintaining my gear, and when I'm done, I'm gonna immediately head for the ship and wait for repairs to be done.
Alright then.
I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it.
I
Give
think
me time,
since-
Aiden.
I think since you're basically just buying things and making things, I think we can skip to the time, which is only going to be about a day and a half or so, where the ship is now repaired.
Beautiful, beautiful.
By the way, if in front of Aiden at some point Zane mentions about his money situation or something, Aiden is just gonna look at him with a blank face and say, "Get a job."
Zane's just like, but I'm like on my gap year, bro.
Get a job.
Alright, you said you were a
Isn't
student.
the point of a gap year get the job to make money to help with the rest of college?
I thought it was a party.
Get a job.
That's
I paid off my university, barely. Oh, I still am, but I've got it all in, like, I got it in order. I can sleep in like the cold now and again.
Get a job.
You're my little brother. You should be saying things like this.
Get a job.
As you're talking, I should keep saying, get a job to him. And like, I'm gonna assume you're out just outside of a ship. You see Moana like coming up towards you personally and going, right, I found some interesting things. As you know, the Skyfire Legion is, well, a coalition of elite mercenary groups on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
They used to be known as the Dragon Legion in Dragon Wars and were, well, one of the main problems that the dragons faced and one of the main people that killed dragons. Of course, they don't seem to have anything to do with this, but it seems like one of the mercenary groups from the Dragon Legion, as they are very outspoken against dragons, may be the ones that are at the location.
Did you find out anything about the recent activity?
Just that they stopped taking jobs recently.
Well, that's suspicious by itself. What kind of mercenary doesn't take jobs?
Yeah, it seems like they were preparing for something. A lot
Sounds
of
like it.
purchases. They are well known for using older anti-dragon weaponry. It's still effective even against normal people, even if a bit heavy.
Considering they're buying mostly ammo and repair kits, that sounds like they're preparing for, well, I don't want to say it, but a war of their own.
Well then, shall I be off?
Yeah, thank you. I'll leave matters here to you. Don't take a
No,
couple of jobs for a while.
As you say that, you see that other members of Zero Risk are behind her.
What's up?
I said, shall we be off? I'm coming with you.
No. I think we agreed to this. There's plenty of stuff to do here. I'll handle this on my own. It's fine.
If you're in danger, then we have to follow you, especially if you're facing other mercenary groups.
You just got back from a serious mission against the Tenebrae Guard. The guys need some more time to rest.
That was weeks ago, Aiden.
Look, they can go on a vacation of Draxus if they want. I got.
You don't have enough space for extra people?
If nothing happens, then we simply have a nice holiday. Don't worry, we've left people behind.
Fine.
She's gonna tap you on the head. It's already getting on the ramp to the ship. It's like we're just holed up in the cargo hold. We got sleeping bags.
Aaron's not happy, by the way.
You may not be happy. You can see Zane like coming up. He's got some like shopping in his hands. He's like, "Let's go."
Who gave you money?
Road trip.
Gave you money.
No, nobody. This is just
Prava, how much
gifts.
did you give him?
Nothing. I did not accept anything for Prava.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Why wouldn't he have money?
I'm gonna glance at the
By the
items
way-
he's carrying. Do they look expensive?
As you look in, you see takeout bowls which are very reminiscent and have the markings of Prava's there.
Have you no shame, brother?
She offered.
Whatever,
That's
I'll
okay.
deal with you later. Anyway, everybody on the ship, come on, let's go.
Her noodles are really good though. He says that he starts like climbing up the stairs to the
Yeah,
ship.
right there. Best on the station. Maybe the best in the Pact Worlds.
Heck yeah.
Definitely like 20 of the meals Prava bought were from Dia. 100%.
Of course.
Prava's actually going to approach Aiden. Brian, you would have seen Prava buy this, I guess. But Prava's got a new little spider friend. And Prava's going to walk up to Aiden and be like, Aiden,
Yes?
I know things have been difficult lately, and you've been having some trouble with your emotions. So I got this little friend to help. He's the ship's new therapist, and Prava's gonna hold this spider right up to Aiden's face.
Aiden's just gonna quietly look at it and just go,
This is an empathid.
what now?
Empathid. They're small little spiders with great emotional support skills. They're able to identify the emotions of their owner and the people around them, feel them, and help when people are feeling uneasy.
How much does this thing cost?
He was like 1,800 credits.
You paid 1,800 credits for a spider.
Oh yeah, a really smart, clever spider. Look, if you're ever having any trouble and you don't feel like you can talk to me or anyone else in the crew about it, this spider's gonna be around. He's a crew member of the ship now. He's working with us, and if things get difficult out there, then you have this little guy to talk to.
Thanks. guess I'll keep that in mind, Prava. And I'm gonna look at the spider very confused. I had half a mind for Aiden to just stare at the spider and then suddenly chomp down on it and eat it.
Oh. My little friend Prava could talk to animals. He's got so he's had like a 40-minute conversation with the spider before he bought him. This is a friend, all right.
Yeah, that
Brian
sounds kind of cool.
Prava
That sounds pretty cool.
Talk to the spider.
Do we just buy friends now?
Yeah, we just buy friends now.
Prava didn't think the ethics through, all right.
Don't worry about it. It's
It was
fine.
his friend.
Buying friends
He's
is fine.
now.
He liberated the friend.
It's anti-slavery with extra steps.
By the way, I'm gonna not be cruel and I'm gonna assume that you've been adding these things to the pest control system so they don't get fried when they climb into vents and whatever else.
This is trickle down freedom at work.
Speaking of bird, though, Thiveron, did you want to give people their crystals?
Yeah. So Thiveron comes out after all of his hard work and hands small, clear crystals to everybody.
Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you, Thiveron. And Prava tries to like put it up as if it's an Aeon stone and like float it around him.
It's
Very
not an Aeon stone, Prava. These crystals are meant to hone your personal abilities. If you think about skills, parts of yourself that you want to improve, and you meditate on them while focusing on these crystals, they will aid.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. I'll have to try it out to see exactly what you mean, but
What about the materials? Well, where did you get them?
From Prava.
Wait, you can just
When
create
he-
these things?
Yes, with the proper UPBs, yes.
That's kind of cool.
So, will you please roll me piloting? Right, so it's only gonna be 1 day until you reach it for access.
Yeah, Aiden's really punching the fucking gas.
No kidding. So basically soon you reach above the planet. And
Okay.
We're gonna get a nice overview of the planet again.
Once again, without saying, I'm gonna see if I can hand a reroll for the day to Aiden in case he gets himself into trouble. I think the odds are really high now.
You are going down to Rakuzel. As you're like going into the atmosphere of the planet, like the area is very clear of storms today. Zane like looks over. It's like it's good to be back home again.
Yeah, well, doesn't it strike you as weird? Usually we don't get such clear skies.
It's rare, but summer is coming.
I suppose.
The small clouds forming into dragons once more as you come in down towards the city, landing on the platform next to the main building. Cold winds are still more than a little nippy. If you don't want to have to roll Constitution, you're going to actually have to wear winter clothing.
me, the player Alex, forgot we were coming here, but Prava would have told Brian to buy winter clothes.
Oh, I brought all of my outfits from home. Should I wear the one with like the fur collar, or should I wear which one do you think goes best with my complexion?
It's really cold here, so the thickest, heaviest thing you have would be the best bet.
Oh, okay.
This planet has like 100-year-long winters. I think it's heading towards a warm patch now, but there's some old cold here.
Oh, yeah,
my
it's-
goodness.
It's freezing out there. Zane says that he's like walking past in his own, like still in his normal clothing.
This is Prava's first time wearing his winter clothes, I think, since he got them. Didn't have them last time. So it's a big, fuzzy blue kitty cat parka. Is
Ah,
probably
that like little cat
the
ears on
cat
the hood.
ears, and it's even got like the slip over the hand cat paws that you can slip in and out of.
Hold on, now I need to get my sketchbook.
You know, you made to think of things.
As soon as the ramp starts opening and the cold air hits you in the face, Aiden starts walking down without a second thought.
Same with Thiveron. In fact, he gives like a big, comfortable stretch.
So yes, due to Aiden and Thiveron's resistance to cold weather, you guys can walk around without winter clothing if you so desire.
The first thing I do is, as is customary, he walks by to the nearby cafe and starts ordering. I'll have 12 dragon chocochinos, half a pound of scaly kisses, some licky tongs, and let's see, some Draco biscuits.
I like to imagine that they're named after like dragon stuff, not because dragons are vain, but because tourists love it.
Oh, and here's my discount card.
Of course, sir. And it's like stamp, 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 stamp. You get that one for free. Stamp, 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 stamp.
I'm gonna start handing out everybody some a cup of joe and some chocolate and some cookies so they can warm up and get you know, better accustomed to the weather.
By the way, Prava, are you taking the spider with you?
Sure am.
It's gonna be like snuggled up behind your neck in the hood. It does not like the cold.
I'm gonna give him an extra small child's cup of coffee.
Oh my god.
Does the spider
Actually, it's
drink
probably
coffee?
the same for your bird, Thiveron. Oh no, it's magical, isn't it? I
Yeah.
don't think it would even feel it.
Yeah, Vorax are magic-y boys.
Yeah, it's just gonna tweet a little as it's like fluffing off its feathers. Like, clearly, this cold is nothing to a majestic being like me.
Thiveron is gonna walk up to the guy in Aiden bought from him and said, "Do you happen to have extra large silly straws?"
Oh, of course. It's like in the shape of a dragon at the bottom. It's like almost like it's the dragon's tail going up and it's swirling about. It's like, here you go.
Ah, yes, thank you.
You can have that for free with your order, since you ordered so much.
Thiveron will take his, and then he will like undo the silly straw into a gigantic long line, and then allow the Vorak to drink it instead of him because he doesn't like it.
The bird's drinking the coffee. It's like,
By the
well,
way, as
coffee. I
a-
think it was
We all gonna bring
cappuccino,
our
so
pets?
it's
Like,
It's
should
a-
the Poog be with me?
Espresso.
yeah. By the way, Kuzon, as the others are talking, your poog is in the shape of an ice cube.
Just take one of the cookies and just slurp.
You're going through the city, which, since Brian didn't see it, this is what the city looks like.
Oh, let me stop looking at cat hoodie references. Oh, pretty.
Yes, it's got very much the Dari type thing, but there's like magical lights and everything.
I need to know, is it a dry cold?
It is quite a dry cold, yes. It's that cold that it just instantly like there's hardly any moisture.
Bryn is miserable. She needs water.
It is a
By
hot
the way,
spring city, so-
When Murana's not looking, I'm gonna take a picture of her sorry state and I'm going to mass messages to anybody in zero risk apart from her, and I'm gonna also include Z in that number.
You, with the people with you, you almost hear like it's almost like a wave of like they all check their phones at the same time. It's like bing ding ding ding. What?
Wow, message for boss. This is important.
This is a message for boss. So important. Meme about how second in command can't handle cold.
Yeah, but yeah, I also include Z as well, so she can get in on the action.
Nice.
Alright then, how's everybody feeling? Good? Good. I'm gonna have to hit up the main building and grab some info. If you guys want, hang out at the cafe, warm up a little bit, I'll be with you guys in a bit.
Zero risk guys are gonna like nod. They're gonna stay behind, maybe go into the spa and stuff. Zane's gonna come with you.
Yeah.
Who else is gonna go with Aiden towards his home?
I mean, if he's going where Rory is, that's where Prava wants to be. Prava's definitely in a fight to be in that party, but...
No, it's not a fight.
Yeah.
If you wanna come, just come. I just figured, like, since everybody is, you know, freezing out here, might as well stick in the cafe and chillax for a bit.
Oh, Thiveron will go with you then.
Alright. Seems like the main party is going with.
Yeah, I'll
Plus
contact the
yard.
mercs later when we need them. For now, let them, you know, chillax and enjoy the scenery.
Alright, you go towards the main tower of the company city. You can see, as Aiden's going past, you can see some of the employees like bow to him, give him a wave, and Zane as well. Zane like leans down towards you, Brian, and says, "Told you, princess."
Oh my goodness. We're gonna get the royal treatment on every planet. This is great. Also, do they make a lot of weapons here?
Oh yeah, since you don't know much about the Packwords yet, I guess you haven't heard of the company name or the logo. And I show her some of my gear that has the same logo. Basically, they manufacture all sorts of combat gear and weapons. not just for personal use, but for ships and other purposes as well. They're more famous for their defensive gear.
Oh no, yes, my father has mentioned we've been doing some business on my planet with your planet, it seems.
Oh?
We are now trade partners.
How did that happen?
Well, I meant your mother, and I think Zane here gave a good word. Which, thank you for that, by the way, Zane. Your family has been really, really helpful and generous.
No problem. I just thought a developing planet could use some defensive technologies from our company.
So I bet they're making a profit too, so don't worry.
Well done, brother. It seems that you're really fitting into the shoes of the next CEO of the company.
Oh no, we both know that's going to be you.
No. You're doing a magnificent job. Of course, the bigger son has to inherit the business. I understand. I will fully support you.
No, it's like this is going up on the elevator. It's like, no, you misunderstand. They of course want you to like be the CEO. We both know this.
No. I understand. It's alright. You don't have to spare my feelings. You're the perfect man for the job. And as the door opens, Aiden walks out. It's gonna be you, of course.
He's like brushing the back of his head as he follows after. By the way, as you're about to head into where the main office / your home, you see the vice president standing outside, Hafel. He's like standing there, he's like pushed up with a small bit of glass in his hand, he's reading a datapad. It's like, oh, so this is why I'm being delayed. He closes the datapad.
If I remember correctly, he was a space elf, right?
They're basically fluffy elves.
Yes, the fluffy elves.
Yes, this guy's always been very stuck up. He's got his hair slicked back. He's like, well, I suppose I won't be seeing your father today.
Probably for the best.
Well, hurry up then. There is actual business to take care of.
Yes,
He's like walking past you towards the elevator.
I can see that you probably wanna take care of that bald spot on the back.
He like reaches up and pats his head. He's like, I do not have a bald spot. He's like extreme, like he's even taller than you, Aiden. And he's like, you can't even see up there.
You still made you look for.
Or at least I know that I'm not going to be working under you anytime soon.
Of course. After all, Zane is the perfect candidate for the next CEO.
Bald spots? Are those things that can happen? Aiden, maybe this is tactless, but how are you even supposed... You're a human, right? Like, definitely a human?
Yeah, of course. What do you mean?
Well, aren't you gonna be dead long before either of your parents is ready to retire?
Exactly.
It's like, don't worry, there are ways. Mom and Dad have discussed it with them.
Yes, and we have discussed that that's a bad idea. Anyway, let's move on. That's not why we're here.
Of course. So, as you enter the very large room, you see a curtain is drawn across the main area where the phone normally is. Or, well, the area where your father sits, which is normally a glass top just over the treasure hoard below.
Zane, do you remember the last time Dad had the throne covered?
It was after that fight, you know, with the red dragon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm a little worried. He does seem to be sleeping, though. You do see your father's silhouette behind the curtain. Maybe we should first.
Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, he said maybe we should talk to Mother first.
Yeah,
He seems to be sleeping.
Yeah, let's leave him for now. Let's just quietly sneak around and get home. She's probably there, right?
Yeah, let's head over to the side. As like normal, like there's a large door to the side of the room where you can go into your house. Rosa is sitting in the living room of your home.
Mom, hey, we got guests.
Oh, you're here. Like she stands up and like walks over, making sure to hug both her sons first. Like Aiden and Zane both in one arm each. Like hugging you close. Then she goes to Prava and makes sure to hug him as well.
She was jumping in otherwise.
Shom, yeah, you remember these guys and him and her, and there's the Swamp Princess.
Hello.
Sure,
Hello, dear. She's got to sit down. The living room's like very spacious. There's very comfy chairs and couches you can all lean on. There's even like a large bean bag that has like Aiden's name like sharpied onto it.
And then immediately dives into it.
Zane just stands. He's got to go off into the kitchen and get something to drink. So, I suspect you want to know what's going on?
Yes.
She watches her youngest son flail about in the beanbag to get upright. Professional.
Why has Dad covered up? How badly hurt is he?
He's recovering. Don't worry, it's not life-threatening. But it did get past his scales, so he's hurt.
So apart from that, how are things? Is there anything else that has been bothering you lately?
Oh, well, apart from setting up trade on my own, I've had to take over many aspects of a company while your father's recovering. I've also got a lot more data on the people that are currently within that territory.
You're already very overworked, Mom. If you need some help, just ask. Zane will help you. He's got nothing better to do.
I'm on a gap year, he says from the kitchen. I have plenty of people to help me with the company, dear. But what I'm worried about is that we may have to sort out the Sarazan territory.
You mentioned there's some kind of spell. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, now everybody's here, I can explain a bit more. It seems like the populace of the territory have been put into some kind of lockdown or stasis. It's a spell on such grand magnitude, we of course detected it. And since your father overlooks the territory for Zero, he went over to investigate. But it seems like remnants of the Skyfire Legion, as we now know them as the Rogue Legion, is set up shop there. The two coincided so perfectly.
I heard from one of my mercs that they've been gathering a lot of supplies lately and haven't been taking any jobs. I'm assuming they're prepping for something, the question is what?
We know that they are both artillery cannons and anti-air. By the way, Zane comes at this moment and finishes the drink. He goes, right then, who wants to go and stop them then?
Let's go fuck up some guys.
Yeah, high five.
You're staying here, though.
Huh? Hell no, I'm coming with you.
No, you're staying here.
Thanks.
Those cannons are specifically designed to kill dragons. Zane's staying here.
If it's designed to kill dragons, just imagine what it would do to any of us. I don't know why you're being so protective.
Can't just take them out of a unit alone. This is an actual war we're going to. I suspect there's something odd about the area, otherwise our troops would be in there. Your mother nods. It turns out that I may need to somehow counter the spell that's going on. It should be easy enough, but I wouldn't be able to really command the troops or at the same time.
Do we know
Zane gives a nod.
Do we know why the enemy is unaffected?
It seems to be specifically just targeted at anyone else that enters the territory.
So that means the spell somehow recognizes their signatures and doesn't work on them.
True, yes. But as I said, I can counter it. But it would be a constant effect I would have to do.
It couldn't be like countered and then we sneak in, or it's something that has to be maintained?
You can try sneaking in, but I did explain before. If you sneak in and disable the spell, then what happens to the people that have been frozen? But if you're willing to help, then you can help with the operation.
I mean, I thought that was a given.
I've always been one for the direct approach anyway. So what's the plan? We got guns?
Well, I suppose I should show you. We don't have any of our high-tech weaponry, it's all on the front line. But we do have something else. Follow me to my workshop. And she's like going up to like a door on the other end, and there's a small elevator on the like other side. It's like, come on everybody, inside. Zane's gonna follow in, he's got another drink already. It's like, alright, Mom's workshop. Awesome.
Workshop?
So if everybody's going to go inside, basically the elevator's starting to go down, and as it starts going down, you can see light start to appear. You see a small platform with workshop stuff all around, but then lights start appearing all along down the massive hallway as you've gone down the entire side of a large building and under like the mountainside. But as you have, suddenly you see suits of armor, artillery cannons, tanks, and what appears to be a deep red mech in the background, surrounded by white mechs of the same version. It's like, these are all the pre-orders that never got collected. Or old decommissioned tech. I believe we can use this to our advantage.
Kuzon just like, beautiful. It's everything I could have wanted and more.
Oh, don't worry. We've got even more things to play with. And as soon as you get down, there's like bits and pieces, and you step on out onto the large platform, as I mentioned, with a workshop. Zane's already running up to the edge of the thing, going, "This is going to be amazing." Your mother, Aiden, turns towards you. "I'm sure you have, well, some idea of what you want to do, but we do have troops to fight for us. And we also have machines to fight for us." She points down towards the armored suits. That could be our main force.
This could have the results of this war, if that's what we're calling it, could have overarching effects on the Pact Worlds. I think it would do well to at least communicate to them that this crisis is happening.
I'll send a small thing towards them. She clearly does not give a fuck about them. Like, she's so dismissive. She's so dismissive. Her face is like, yeah, those assholes can go fuck themselves. She is. If you want to roll sense motive, if you want.
Can I roll over a 5? That's the real question.
Oh, that's a good point.
Nope.
Go ahead and reroll that. I declare enhanced communalism. I'm within 10 feet of Thiveron. I assume reroll that.
Go ahead and reroll.
And now it's gonna be a 16.
I can do it. Like...
Oh my god, I guessed it correctly! I jinxed you!
Right, I'm gonna say... You know what, I'm gonna give you a tiny bit of a break since it was 18, but I'll just say, I'll give you a break. But you can tell this is a little bit more about revenge than it is about, keeping up appearances or anything like that.
Yeah, usually Aiden would raise the same points Thiveron was raising, but he knows what this is about, so he's just quiet about it.
You guys tried a diplomatic solution? Have you communicated with the other side at all?
I believe their idea of diplomacy was to shoot my father out of the sky.
Yeah, that's how that turned out.
I guess if they're aggressing that blatantly, I definitely don't want you going out to fight this without us, Aiden. Feel better if we were with you, but I don't like the sound of any of this. I don't like the way you're talking about it. Like you're just going out to slaughter. Even if that's what you feel like you want or need to do now, I think you'd regret it if you didn't go into this with some caution.
You see that when Prava raises his concerns, Aiden looks a bit deflated and waits a while before he answers and says, "Prava, listen. One of your best qualities and why I like you is because you've got a good heart. You can even see the best in the worst of people and find something positive out of it. But that's not the kind of life I'm used to, and it's not the kind of life I lead. On the battlefield, I see atrocities every day. A lot of things that are not right, that are not just, that are cruel, and nobody will ever be able to fix or do anything about. You get used to it, and eventually that becomes your strength as well. They hurt my family. That's one thing I'm never gonna stand for. I'm going to massacre those people without a second thought. If you don't want to come, I would totally understand it. That's fine. If anything, this is why I didn't want to bring anyone with me.
But, if they surrender, then I am not going to have anybody just shoot them, firing line style. You're getting too serious about this. It is a conflict. And I'm giving you toys to play around. I'm sure that you all do fine. So, there is only one more question then.
I think I'm gonna have to go with other.
Pick other?
Yes.
Because if you picked other, then this is the other one.
Holy shit.
You're having fun with that token changer, aren't you, Ash?
Yeah.
I'm going to quick save and press quit.
I'm gonna quit. So, essentially, you guys, like, everything's preparing. You got some of the company's guards coming in, getting ready, gearing up with weaponry. Like, heavy weapons are being brought in, loaded up with rounds.
I'm going to contact Murana and the boys and send them information and specs of the toys so they can get whatever they need.
Mm-hmm. They are going to be getting ready and loaded up. They're going to come on in, get loaded up as well. They're going to be looking at all the machines, and you guys will be able to pick which machine you have, as I'm going to give you an overlook of the battlefield.
I mean, I've already decided. Like last time, my biggest gripe was no piloted mech. I'm getting the piloted mech.
This is going to be your battlefield. You can notice that this is in hexagon form, and there is a reason behind that. There are a few rules to go along with these war mechanics, as I have called them.
Why am I in the explanation as well?
Because I want people to see this whenever they can.
So cute.
Basically, movement, if it's like in a tens, basically, so it's a unit instead. AoE attacks will act as if vermin, so let's say Prava decides to unleash its fireball, it will do extra damage. The enemy anti-air is in the form of those cannons, which you can have a picture of if you desire. One moment. You can see here is both an artillery cannon and an anti-air cannon, and it will shoot at any air units in its vicinity, which is around about 5 hexes or so. You guys can decide to split up into different units or be in units together. Okay. So, in other words, if you're in a unit together, you do take your turns together. So,
I'm better off just manning artillery or something.
You can try like man artillery. Essentially, it acts sort of like a sniper rifle for attacks. You have to spend like a movement to reload. But Zane is going to offer. Ellie is also there. Zane is going to offer that he can have somebody ride and you can use your spells and like from his back. The only issue is that dragons are hampered by the anti-air.
By the way, as everything seems fine and we're discussing, Aiden suddenly pops up. Ellie, what are you doing here?
I'm here to fight.
Also, when did you come?
I got word from your brother. By the way, these are their dragon forms.
Ellie and Roar are both in... yes!
I was a little too excited.
Like, don't you have like homework or something to take care of, Ellie? You shouldn't be taking part in this.
I'm on holiday.
Everybody's on fucking holiday on this planet. I mean, Fluffin. Yes, Fluffin holiday.
I'm gonna quick make myself some lunch though before we start. That's all right.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're just talking about it because this is a break time.
Okay.
All right then. So as you are going along, you and your troops, Aiden, you hear from the back of the NPC. You start to hear singing.
Nice, they've got
yeah.
Actual.
I'm sad I never got to use this song last time around.
What was this a part of your unit? You're going to basically be commanding her. Hey, Aiden.
Yeah?
Everyone's riding your mom.
Yeah. Everybody likes to ride my family, apparently.
Bryn takes the initiative.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Murana, use the forest as cover and move with the armor unit towards the city. Keep Bryn safe.
Don't worry about me, I got this. She starts charging.
It's like, this is gonna be harder than I thought. She says you start following after like blind with her like her like pistol out, charging through the trees. Since it's going off of your movement, how much movement do you have? 3? Like 30?
Yeah, I have 30.
Then you can get here if you really want to fight. By the way, being close to somebody does not affect your shooting ability. Since this is like these like meters, you'll be like in buildings fighting back and forth between each other.
Explosive blast!
Oh, explosive blast. Wonderful. And they fail. First fail of the game.
I was leading the charge, and as I run forward, this crystal that explodes down into the ground and it sends shards out, hitting everything around it.
You see these large suits of armor falling down from buildings. Some of the crystal blades come up and stab them in the chest, put them down to the ground. Is there any bonus action or sword action stuff you want to do, or is that the end of your turn?
That's it. That's all I got.
Aiden.
We're gonna jump down from the cliff. We're gonna start maneuvering, and I want to reposition ourselves over here on the flank of these bastards so we can take them from the side. Fuck it, let's just go melee, I guess.
It is a strength-based attack. You can use basically what you'd use for unarmed. Ah, nice. Let's see. So as you are basically coming down on this guy, all you do is like you stomp on one's neck as they're all like charging their weapons. He'll turn towards you like. Let's see. They're gonna attack Bryn's unit. They just got it over. If yours is 17, that's plus 2.
The EAC?
So you take 11 damage. As essentially these guys are like, oh no, wait a minute. Plus for hardness, you take 9 damage. So it's only 9 damage you take. As basically, when people drag you back into cover after you threw the explosive, as they shoot you down, you're like boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Aiden, Kuzon, I suspect that does not hit your like AC at all. Yeah, they're like opening fire. You see these rockets coming from the city and heavy gunfire. Just they're bouncing off your thing.
I wanted to use my move action to like build like a barrier. So I want to imagine that like I bring up my big ass shield and I'm just covering. But I'll use my move action. I am gonna put a barrier between, like, hold up a barrier between us and that guy. And then I'm going to use, while I'm doing that with one hand, I'm going to try to hit the monsters using my breaching gun, right? It's my big shotgun.
Well, if you're using it just for firing thing, then yeah, you do miss. This one and this one, basically this fires over you and hits the tank and the trooper, and basically it's spreading the damage between them. Sorry, this one is, and this one is going to be firing on which one? Yeah, you know what? It's going to fire the mechas. And it did only 6 damage. Since you do not count it as swarm. It's basically hitting your thing, and you got a hardness of like 4, I believe I gave it. So you only took 2 damage as the artillery lands all around you. Thiveron.
Thiveron's going to say to Rorsa, I have a plan for dealing with that artillery. And how far can she move here?
She has basically your movement. But she ignores like all terrain things.
Okay. So I am going to cast slow on those guys. DC 19, or they are staggered and they have their movement speed.
Oh, they are
all staggered.
They are staggered and slowed. Nice. So basically, I can imagine you flying on a dragon, playing your flute, and this harmonic song is just really, really messing with them. Game, are you going to roll or?
Nope.
There we go. Thiveron, take 14 damage as this one fires its shoulder-mounted cannon.
Is that based off my? Is that based off?
Yeah, your health. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So you guys also take 14 damage. You can either one of you can take this damage, or you can spread it between yourselves.
I'll take it.
As these things like swarm over and start attacking you, like digging its claws into your mech.
I think we can share the damage. It's okay.
Nah, don't worry about it. I can take it. Aiden just slams his mech in front of it and grabs the boulder and shoves it into the cannon as he fires.
Yeah, Prava.
Does that hit?
Sadly not. So you trying to hit this?
Yeah.
Let me try something. Because at the same time you're firing. This one hits. So as I'm firing the other artillery as you're firing on the same marked target.
It does the same damage and it does 11.
Tank time. Did you give any specific orders towards the tank?
Move up, support the ground troops. Take the city.
Alright, they can only move up to here. That's 14 damage and they're on fire. Actually, hang on, let me check something. These guys also hit. And they deal 11 damage. God. So as these guys are slowed and everything and being bombarded each way, you just see this hail of plasma fires. And then more shots are coming from outside, from snipers. Just... And it seems you have successfully taken the first city. Okay. That is the troops' movements. Bryn.
All right, guys, it's time to be tunnel rats and start heading over to this. We're gonna
tunnel rats rule.
Tunnel rats kick ass.
Yeah.
So which square did you want to head out of?
Oh.
Nice.
I'm debating how many of my 3rd level slots I should use on these things. You know what? We're going hard.
You're gonna go in hard.
Going in hard, so we're gonna use the laser beam.
As you like get ready, how do you do this? How do you Kamehameha?
So Bryn takes her crystal staff and uses it to harness the beam, and it's this huge, bright pink, just like laser that arcs out of it and just decimates. It absolutely decimates everything.
Ooh, all on ground. The Silvis guys are like, what the fuck? And then they keep on firing. Then you see one getting out like a knife, digging into the neck of one of the troopers, bringing him down to the ground.
That
Aiden.
roll I did was 10d6, and 5
and
of
you
them
rolled
were
so
ones.
many. Wow.
5 of them were
Wow.
ones.
So that would have been a lot more powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, that was still pretty cool.
So bad.
That
Imagine if
is
you
still a pretty
critted.
cool spell. As Aiden's taking peeks from Kuzon's improvised cover and we're getting lit up from the city as well, he yells on the comms, "Get ready, we're moving." And 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna scale the cliff so we can attack the artillery weapon from the side. How is this gonna work? I have a disarming ability now with one of my tricks. Can I disarm the fucking artillery gun? How's that work? Oh, that's silly. Okay, no, I don't think I can use actually any of my trick attack stuff. I'm just gonna say that I flat-footed to reduce its AC by 2.
You just fucking kick the gun off of the artillery.
Yeah, I don't think that works, so... Yeah, just give it a -2, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, it's got -2 to AC.
So that's 26 damage in total. And it's got a -2 AC until my next turn.
So yeah, basically what I'm gonna say is that you use the mech's shoulder cannon, like a small beam, like, and you cut into like something vital. As you just see, blows up the side.
This thing's surprisingly sturdy. Kuzon, I think we're gonna have to hit it again.
Oh, they miss. Me. Wow, that is.
That's
that
a
is-
knee level roll.
That is horrible because, like, you even got shot from like the city. That these guys get recovered now. From these two, you're just firing both on the zero risk. Well, the zero risk guys are just hiding behind cover perfectly, returning fire, just
We professionals out here.
making sure Bryn is all safe and stuff. Kuzon.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to movement action exocortex target this point, and I'm gonna light him up with the plasma.
Plasma
How this
cannons on the
works.
mech.
So I'll just roll the ever ice and then.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same shooting thing anyway, so it's fine. 12 damage, nice. But it is going to. Oh, I think I got their rolls the wrong way around, but it's fine. Let's see. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
You know what? Just for fun, let's see what happens. Okay, hang on. Let's see if it does. Okay, so essentially, you guys have damaged this thing so much. All you see is like it's about to fire, and it's like fires, but then the beam that is meant to fire, like the cannon shell is meant to fire, gets trapped in the bent barrel, and then all you see is like a chain reaction, just boom, 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 boom. One you're next to, Bryn. Basically, you're constantly firing is preventing them. They have to reload. That's the critical they got. So it's like reloading. However, they did manage to hit the other ones behind you. Did manage to hit you. Thiveron.
Okay.
This entire section has now been cleared of anti-air.
Yep. So I guess it kind of makes things easier. Yeah, I guess Orsa and I are just going to keep heading toward the capital. Dagger straight to the heart.
Oh no.
Oh, is there a threat there that hasn't been revealed?
Well, probably.
No, you flew right into the anti-air.
What?
This one here. I think you're in range of
Oh
it.
yeah, we still haven't taken it out.
Yep, so you got 8
Okay.
damage. So yeah, 8 damage to you and Rosa.
Thiveron,
Basically, like, these small rockets like...
Thiveron, head south until we can take care of the anti-air. Swoop in to the city from the south.
Got it.
Yeah, so, yeah, as you can see, the ones down below are tearing these walls for 22 damage, and these are hitting these guys for 13 damage. Prava. It's focused fire, or like spreading out fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this guy then and try and AoE it into the cannon behind him.
If it was a gun, then yes. If it was a soldier, then no.
Well, too bad. Okay, that's my turn, but I am photon attuned, and next turn's gonna be fun.
Oh, nice. Boys on the march. These guys are opening fire on the main cannon. These guys are opening fire on this. This guy's opening fire on this as well. Sadly, the tank misses. Both tanks miss, that's a shame. Oh, but there is one more thing before Bryn takes a move. The dragons.
Dragon.
She
Oh.
critted with a breath weapon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, crow! Look at that.
Because her breath weapon isn't exactly like a normal dragon's breath weapon. Thanks to the lovely builder thing, it's basically like a rocket launcher. It fires like a ball, hits and explodes. So she just, Aiden, all you see is this green tower of flame just hit, and then just fucking disintegrates like those things. Because that's also a swarm, so I also carried that. And I'm not in control of water, so next turn. Bryn, what are you doing?
So I don't have that many more level 3 spells left. So I was wondering, I have Supercharged Weapon. Like, can I use that with the troops and enhance their fire?
I'd say let's come over with some unique mechanic right now. If you do that, then yes, I'll use their base attack and it will be boosted.
Hell yeah.
You just see him like rockets coming in, just whipping the like operators of the guns, like holding up their hands and like taking cover as Elvis like gets them down on the ground and basically ties them up as they keep fighting with the other people.
This is a touch-based spell, so Brian had to like run through where all the troops were hiding underneath it, and then just be like, all right guys, hold fire until I say so, and then touching all of their weapons.
Right, Aiden.
Alright, armor's moving again. Let's roll. We're gonna go this way. And as we're zooming past these boys in the city, I'm going to open fire on them. First of all, trick attack. Is 41 enough?
Yes.
I'm going to use the Disarming Attack. So they have to make a reflex save. No, they
I don't
fail.
think that makes it.
Yeah, they fail.
So, okay.
So that's 47 damage and they're disarmed.
So, narratively, I guess you basically ran through, instead of disarming each individual person, you basically stabbed on the ammo store or something like that.
I was gonna say, as these two forces are engaging each other, we open some herring fire and yeah, we just destroy their supplies in a and we contact these boys and say they're low on supplies, drag out the fight, capture them.
Alright then, so to the mech, that's 12 damage. These guys are disarmed, so they really can't shoot anything, but they will do melee. Let me check. And these guys completely miss you again. These guys are not having any luck, you know? Like, the guys in the city behind you, they're having a bad day. Kuzon.
Right. What I want to do is I want to use my move action, because I can use my combat tracking to do this. I want to use my exocortex, and I want to scramble their comms.
Basically, you've entered into their like thing, so if you want, you can use another hacking attempt to basically turn off their transmission module.
Yeah, I'll do that because I can work with it, so I can use my exocortex and then my action. Fuck me.
Wow, you're not sure if you can keep from their comms. You did manage to access them though. Apparently, they're talking about opening fire, artillery fire with hidden units.
Oh shoot! Like I'll just like do a broadcast and warn everybody about that.
There we go. Oh, that was God. Brian's unit, like Zero Risk and Brian, are just everything's missing them. They're like awesome.
We're so good at the game.
There's a reason Murana is hailed as the goddess of death and everybody in my unit worships her. She brings good luck.
Basically, this one attacked the ones down here, 1 damage each. This guy attacked you guys for 10 damage.
Okay.
And also these guys for 5. So it's just like shells raining down on the two of you.
I'll take the damage.
Thiveron.
So Thiveron and Royce are going to move here, and then we're going to breath attack this thing.
Oh, you're going to use an adult dragon's breath attack.
Yep. Okay.
I posted it to you in Discord. How many dice
okay.
you have to throw?
61.
What?
You just see this breath weapon come down in like a spray, and it just cuts a swath through these things. And you can see like there's nothing left out of the gunfire from the other units. It's like boom, 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 boom.
Thiveron's going to be like, we're going to have to do this more often, Ursa. It's a very productive relationship.
Yes, they're gone now. Prava.
He's dead, Jim.
Can I request that Zane move on my turn?
Yes, you may.
Great. Move Zane up to here.
Sure.
And then I'm going to activate my new Zenith ability, Ray of Light.
Oh, what does that do?
Prava's body melts away into a star, and there's just a bright flash of light through the air, and then suddenly Prava is on Zane's back. I can move anywhere I can see within 760 feet.
Nice.
So Zane, this golden dragon up to the sky, just suddenly has this bright star appear above it and land on its back, and Prava's just standing there like all heroically. Like,
And then, does Zane have a breath weapon I can use against this guy?
yes, he does. Yeah, there's a massive difference between Mama Dragon and Baby Dragon. So yeah, it's like these guys fall to Zane's peppering of the cone as he swoops down. As you're looking down to the destruction that you walked, something has occurred.
What?
You see what appears to be a very large version of the shadow that you saw before forming behind you. It's almost like a giant marching towards the city and you.
Zane, do you see that too, or is this just me again?
I can see that perfectly.
It's a kaiju!
Kaiju fight.
Attention to all artillery units. Fire on the new enemy. It's their turn after all.
Yep. They're firing. They're basically firing on it. They seem to be doing some damage to the creature. You see, like, the tank rounds slamming into its forms. Bryn.
You could teleport to the city and hit the artillery from the back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing. So I will probably do that just so that we don't have to worry about Zay getting hit.
If you go over here, you can use the trees as cover.
Actually, once you transfer to a city, you can only stay there, so you have to stay here.
Ah.
Oh, I have to stay here. Okay.
You can still hit it anyway.
Oh, cool. I will use a level 2 magic missile.
The ground troops mobility is super cool. Like, they can be anywhere and support anything. That's pretty cool.
Alright, so basically you open fire with everybody else, firing missiles down, guns like boom, 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 opening fire on them. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Actually, at the beginning of your turn, you do hear, like, everybody hears, this. One moment, where's the sound effects? The sound of flapping wings.
Oh, here he comes.
Go!
Yes.
Yeah, he basically came on Bryn's turn.
Yeah. More dragons.
You do hear over comms, Aiden, you began without me.
You were having a nap, old man. We can't wait for you to get your sleep.
What are you doing, Aiden?
Oh, it's my turn. Since this situation is mostly handled, we're at the edge of the city. I'm eyeing towards the big objective up ahead. I'm gonna switch comms to only the mech unit, and I'm gonna say, okay, divert all energy from the weapons to the thrusters. We're gonna hit them straight on. Okay, let's move.
Can I spend I have the ability to spend a resolve point and double the speed of vehicles. Can I try to like use that just for like spend a resolve point so we can get like the 8 hexes of movement for a turn?
Yeah, sure. I love that.
Alright,
You
Kuzon.
told me to put out power to thrusters and I'll do it.
Alright, Kuzon, let's do it. Hit it. Meow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're gonna hit the artillery from the side. Right.
Alright then, go ahead.
Quick attack. There we go. And let's use the big guns. I'm gonna use the plasma
Take one of my resolve points. Wow. I was saving it for something like this.
Since I can't do anything to artillery, I'm just gonna say flat-footed, but I'm assuming 16 is not gonna hit anyway.
You can flat-foot it for Kuzon's turn.
Ah, okay. So yeah, 16 doesn't hit, right?
Nope.
Okay, that's me.
Alright then. These
What
guys'
in?
turn. These guys are going to be using their one-time ability. They're going to ignore your hardness.
I did.
They deal 8 damage to one of you, and the mech's hardness does not help, since they're firing like rockets, essentially.
I'll I'll tank this one.
Okay.
Let's see. They're going to be firing over here. They do not hit. Basically, they're firing on you, Bryn. Let's see. Who else is alive?
Like to see them try to hit us.
However, at this point, there's one thing that appears. You see from the edge of the city, suddenly a four-legged mech dashes out of the main building.
Not good, not good.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this guy goes down here. Right. So, Kuzon.
Alright. I think this is the time. I'm gonna use my move action and I'm gonna exo target the big boy.
The biggest boy.
And I'm gonna go full automatic on these guys up north of us. So that'll be a +2 for the first attack because that guy is my exocortex target.
You hit him. So that's 13 damage. No, wait, mate, you have to roll. So roll again.
Dang, that's all right.
Yeah. So you do hit the big guy though. So roll the mech's plasma. 9 damage. Nice. Now it's time for the artillery.
I bet you just guys see like just a thing of just a bunch of laser bolts just.
They attack you, Ryan, for 12 damage. These guys fire here for 8. And that's actually 12 as well. And these guys hit your mechs for 14. So that's both Kuzon and Aiden. You have to take 14 damage.
Okay.
Neither of you can block it since it is artillery fire, even if it is like up close.
Makes
Thiveron.
sense. It explodes.
You guys want some cover?
Fog. So covering that entire area in fog. The fog mechs have commenced.
Fog dogs. Oh, so we can like dip in and out of the fog, like dip out a few attacks, dip back in, just like take advantage of it.
Alright, you move there. Prava.
Does it seem like outwardly hostile? Is it still like in the process of forming, or is it like a
Oh no, it's actively trying to reach up towards you and Zane. Over its clawed shadowed hand.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna get out of its claw range then. I got other stuff to deal with. 4, 5, 5, 6. Perfect. I'm gonna fly to here.
Prava is super long range.
Yeah, it's got a 6 range. 60.
19 damage. The damage that Ryan already did to it? Yes. You can see it just bits of ice just forming over it, locking up the mechanism as the people next to the gun are like, oh shit, and start running away. They are going to move. You can see as this giant's trying to walk towards you, the golden breath weapon slams into its back, causing it to stumble forward. It's like, ugh. It's like being peppered with artillery cannons and everything. It deals 24 damage to you, Prava, as you see gravitech shots form its body. It doesn't even lift its hand, it just fires out its body like it's natural. And these like cosmic like shots just bang, 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 start slamming to you and Zane. It's like, oh. Now it's time for the pilot. Roll me, one of you roll me reflex in the mechs. Actually, both of you roll me reflex.
Okay.
So you both take 4 damage as you see him like back off, sliding backwards on the blades on his feet, and he fires off his short amount of cannon into the smoke.
I have evade.
Oh, then you avoid it all.
Yeah.
You just duck behind the building just in time as the round slamming to the building. Bryn.
Just always popping up behind the enemies. And we're going to do another supercharged weapon attack.
Oh. Oh no. Like these guys are just waiting back, and then suddenly, explosives set up from beneath them. Their giant gun sinks into the ground. Like their gun like sinks to the ground barely as you critical. And from what I read, attack
Yeah.
effects like also critical, so that's added that on. As you just pop up from the holes made in tunnel and just boom, 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 and like completely decimate this gun. Aiden.
Never mind.
Reroll it.
Oh yeah, you got a reroll.
You know what? Sure. Okay, let's go. Never mind.
Something's wrong with roll
So-
20.
Normal attack.
This happens too much.
So that's 25 damage. 12 electrical and 14 fire damage.
Now, these guys have some serious armor, but you guys have rolled like really well. Wow, I've rolled so bad. Okay, Kuzon.
Yeah, I'm just gonna punch that thing and finish it off.
And that's +4. So yeah.
That's
So
14.
basically, as you've like opened fire, it's like smoldering, and then Kuzon just comes along and just stabs on the barrel of the gun, just
Attention,
crushing it underfoot.
attention, crossroads. Last artillery unit is down. They have no
I'll
more
use-
anti-air.
I'll use my move action to make one more barrier between us and the big guy.
Thiveron.
I'm going to have her fly up there, and then I'm going to, as a swift action, cast Phase Blade on her. So her attacks hit UAC
Instead of KAC for this round.
Ooh. Well, that was lucky because that she's aiming for EAC, which this thing has lower of. So it's a little more ethereal. Whew, lucky.
That's what it's for.
So she basically swoops down, her claws like glowing with that phase ability, as she rakes it across the creature's neck, and it like stumbles back,
Hell
Like-
yeah.
twitching a little as it like moves unnaturally. It's like too fast for its size. Like,
And Rosa, I think we make a good team.
so do I, dear.
Well,
Brava.
I'm gonna fly to here, and that puts me exactly in range of this guy, so I'm gonna take a shot at him.
So pew, 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 pew. 19, you hit. Wow, exact same roll as well. Cold damage, because this is EAC, right?
Yeah.
Alright,
It
good,
is.
good. So yeah, you fire and you see it's like boop, 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 boop. It is barely standing, but it still has its turn after effect. Does that hit your AC?
Yes.
Alright, 1 second.
Or wait, EAC, right?
Yeah.
No, never mind. I have 19. It doesn't.
Oh
New armor paying in.
my god. If it would have hit. You see, like,
Oh.
as it's falling, it like unleashes these streams of almost sunlight-like beams. Just they home in on you. Zane twists and turns as they barely avoid. Just as you're diving through the sky, Zane grabs onto like a passing jet and throws it in front of the beams as he flies like away from it. And let's see if these guys can manage. Oh yeah, this thing. Basically, to hail of your own fire, 2 dragons firing at it. It's just overwhelmed by the sheer amount of like things that are being piled onto it. As soon as the shadow is falling apart, it's like I'd hope that he would have stuck around a bit longer, but you know, like I didn't expect like 2 dragons to gang up on him either. Let's have a look. Oh, perfect. That's interesting.
What is up with roll 20 today?
I have no idea.
Has anybody been rolling mid?
Like it's either extreme or so low it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's D20. Hang on a minute. Okay, so yeah, that would be 13 instead. He's gonna fire at you guys. You both take damage.
Does the cover help us?
He criticaled.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
But he's using automatic fire, and he also fires at Bryn. But
What?
like he that ones, and you just see like rounds just boom, like landing you across.
So 14 damage, right?
17 damage.
17. Never mind.
Oh boy.
Because it was 6, but then I rolled 2d20 for the last one for some apparent reason, so I had to add that on. Alright then, so Bryn, basically you hear over radio Warsaw going, we should be able to clean up the remaining forces. The ace pilot may be a threat, but if you can get inside the main building, then that will be better for all of us. Any spells you want to use? Or did you want these guys to fire?
It's better than my magic missile.
Well, so I got to check my own mechanics. Oh yeah, okay. So, the mechanics is that the mechs get like cover in cities. So, I gave all NPC troops a unique ability, and I'm going to use that. That's basically bypassing hardness with rockets. So that's what these guys are going to do. Bro 9's going to come up with like 2 multiple rocket launchers, and she's just going to sit on his back, charging them up. As he opens fire,
Let's
Just-
go!
a swarm of rockets slam into the pilot. Aiden.
Well, without the
That's
trick attack, this is not gonna be very exciting, but let's
That's
give it
3 1s on a stealth check in a row, too.
How?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, never mind. I do nothing. I just... Yeah, there we go.
Did you want to move?
No, we're in cover and in range, so it's fine.
Alright then. These guys are going to fire at the NPC.
I am going to try to overload the big guy to like
Oh,
stall him out.
Show
for a
me what
bit.
it does.
I'll have to ping it. Yeah. So it's like
Oh.
So like I want to target their weapons.
It makes it.
Dang. Gosh darned.
There's no more
Um,
cannons left. What are you going to do?
Is reloading a weapon like a move action?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll reload my weapon.
Alright, Thiveron.
Okay, now I guess it's time to fly in and help. So
What are you doing?
I'm thinking is either mind thrust these guys, mind thrust the dude bros. So here we go. 47 damage it is.
So basically your like Rosa echoes out your like mind thrust ability to basically crumble the buildings around these guys. Like which one were you targeting? For these guys, right? Up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just crumble the buildings around. Just...
Right. So each of these standing by these guys reduces their AC by 1 against ranged attacks. So this guy's got -2 AC to ranged attacks. This guy's got -1. And then I'm just gonna use one of them to do all the attacks they get.
So these figures, you just see like Prava's own personal like tiny swarm of shadows like
Yeah. So what Prava does, he stands on top of the dragon's head, and his shadow casts across the ground. And from his shadow, these tentacled creatures grow up out of the ground with their indistinct shadowy forms, and they just glom onto the creatures around them.
Jesus. Yeah, they just see them crawling over a mech. Some of them get onto these soldiers. I move these guys. Yeah, this guy is going to be forcing its way past your things if you want to do another freezing touch.
Opportunity attack, yeah.
As he's basically climbing up the cliffside, you see some of the shadows crawling off of him as the mech's like sparking a little from the freezing and armor peeling off. Seems like he's retreating.
Oh no, he's not.
He is not going anywhere.
Also, these guys are basically firing on these ones. Yeah, these guys are just dead. Probably open fire on them. Bryn.
Kamea at them. At this man.
Sorry about that. Yes, that is his save. I didn't put his reflex thing on. I forgot, but that is his save. He's natural 20. So as a beam comes up, he just in time throws out a smoke grenade, which diverts the beam just enough to just give him.
Bitch.
Aiden.
So he's scaling the side of the wall, right?
Yes.
In that case, I say to the comms, Kuzon, you're on point. And I'm going to exit the pilot pit and step out on my mech's shoulder. And I'm going to remove my glasses and take my sniper rifle out and load one of the hard bullets. You know, that one that I used to fucking bunker bust the head of a massive mech before.
You mean the thing that ignores a ton of hardness?
Yep. So Aiden's whistling to himself as he slowly loads a round into his sniper rifle. Trick attack. I'm going to stagger him. And I aim specifically for the... Since he just tossed a grenade, he's holding himself up by one hand, right? I'm aiming for the hand that's got him clinging to the rock side.
I would allow that.
Lamb. 26.
That hits.
And I can't add my trick attack, but he needs to make a save, otherwise he's staggered. Oh, and since, you know, might as well, I turn it into an explosive round.
Okay, so he saves from
That
being
fails.
staggered. Oh wait, no, I haven't added the thing.
Oh.
Sorry, I keep forgetting. So he does manage to make the saves. He's not staggered, but I will say that is plenty of damage and you ignore hardness.
Once I hit his hand, I use the blasting fusion and just create a 30 feet blast area around him to blow the rock.
The mech falls off from the mountain and crashes into the ground.
There we go. Aiden puts his glasses back on, puts his sniper rifle away, goes back to his cockpit and sits down and chillaxes.
Nicely done. You have fought to the center. Basically, there is still combat going on. There are remnants around, still fighting. Rosa says that she and the others will take care of it if you want to head on inside and sort out the stasis thing.
Sounds good.
All right. And for the final part of today's session, as you're overhearing, as you reach the large doors of the main building, you can see like a man, like a scrawny man, open the door slowly. He's like, "Did you save us? Quickly, inside!" Do you follow him inside?
To the main building here?
Yeah, the main building in the center of the city.
Yeah. I'll hop into... I'll maneuver the mech so that it like performs like a ramp with its arms, and I'll hop into the mech and like slide, like hop into my power armor and slide down the arm.
All right then. And as you move on inside, you hear a war going on outside. It's like, thank God you're here. Quickly, I must explain. And that is where we are ending today's session.
Quickly, I shall explain next time.
I shall explain. Check out the awesome map I made, but wait, next time.
Looks so pretty.